Good morning. This is Victor Jimenez with Sewer Line Check Professionals. I'm here at 4333 Maycrest Avenue in El Sereno, and I'm in the process of performing a video examination of the main sewer line for Robert Newell. Now, the main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping which is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drain line system to the public sewer. The building drain line system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping which are underneath or interior to the structure. Today's video examination does not focus on the building drain line system, so if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drain line system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drain line video examination can be set up through our office. Alright, so I've accessed today's main sewer line from a 4-inch main sewer line cleanout located on the front right corner of the structure. We've accessed this main sewer line cleanout here. We've pushed about 73 feet to the connection to public sewer, which is what we're looking at right now. The line runs pretty much in a straight path along the right side of the property to the center of the street to connect with that public sewer. So today's inspection and video examination, we're going to be coming from public sewer back up to this cleanout access that we got into today. And I'll be commenting on the condition of the pipe, different materials, and the characteristics that we found in them. Now immediately, we can see what we're looking at ahead of us is a concrete main sewer line. The public sewer itself is concrete, and pulling away from that, we are in a 6-inch diameter section of concrete piping. Now, concrete is a material which typically has a long service life expectancy. However, it is more susceptible to damage during earthquakes and seismic activity due to being a little bit more of a brittle material when compared against other types of materials. It also does have the tendency to let in roots at the joint areas. Now, I didn't see very many roots when I was pushing out here, which is a good sign, although the maintenance it's possible that regular maintenance has been being done on this line, which is why we're not seeing any roots. So it is just a recommendation that when we do run into sections of pipe, such as concrete or clay, the types of pipes that have that tendency to let in those roots, that you're making sure that you do the proper cleanings on it. We typically recommend that the cleanings are done annually. That's a pretty standard time frame to do those. Small bump there in the pipe. That's not a break. Alright, so they're at 48 feet, or 47.5 feet, pretty much ending off in this concrete. Now, one other comment I need to make on the concrete is that in 2007, the City of Los Angeles approved an ordinance which essentially states that sections of the pipe, sections of concrete pipe, specifically concrete pipe that's under the street, under the sidewalk, under basically the curb face, basically the public works. Specifically, this portion of the line is known as a sewer lateral. So if you have a concrete sewer lateral for a house that was built before 1965, the ordinance from the City of LA basically states that that section of piping needs to be either 1, entirely replaced, or 2, it has to have a lining system administered into it. Now, the reason for essentially this ordinance is coming from the basis or the idea that the concrete pipe will not hold up with certain materials, certain things that will flow through it. It will basically start to decay or to erode. Now, from an aspect of my inspection today, I look at this concrete pipe. There's nothing that indicates that there's anything to fix or correct about the line. There's nothing broken. I don't see erosion. Typical water erosion, but nothing that would indicate that the line actually needs to be replaced. Now, the reason I bring this up is because this is something that could come up for the homeowner in the future. Specifically, if certain types of building permits are going to be requested, and most of the time this would have to do with the building permits would have to have something to do with the plumbing in the house. Let's say you're adding in another bathroom, potentially relocating a bathroom, that sort of thing. This might come up as part of the permits that would be requested from the city to do that work. And what would happen is then the city would come out and they would request to have an inspection of the line, of the main sewer line. And when they would find this concrete pipe out under the street that isn't lined, that hasn't been replaced, it is possible that as part of that inspection they will tell you that you have to get that replaced. Now again, from the purposes of my examination today, I don't see any reason to actually have to replace the line or to fix it, but it is something that should be information that should be known to you, because this could come up in the future. Alright, so now here at 47 feet, we are pulling in from that concrete pipe into a section of ABS plastic. And the plastic pipe is the only other material that we're going to be seeing in this main sewer line. Now the plastic pipes are an excellent material for main sewer lines. They have a long surface life expectancy, they have a very smooth inner surface which makes them very efficient at washing out debris, and lastly they're intended to be impervious to root and tree. So overall this is an excellent material. And again, we're pretty much just running along the right side of the property. Alright. Now, we are running into a slight issue here. Here we're sitting at right at about 12 feet. Now, the pipe diameter that we're looking at is a 4-inch diameter pipe, and you can see here we're sitting with some standing water. Essentially what that means is there's a low point in the pipe, and that when the water stops flowing, whatever amount left will drain out, but there is going to be a section that is constantly, there's water that will constantly hold within that pipe. Now, that isn't necessarily the biggest concern or huge issue, especially considering the type of pipe material we're looking at. The ABS plastics, because of their smooth inner surface and their resilience against roots, essentially the only issue you're going to have with this is that there's a little bit of water. The debris won't flow out as quickly or as smoothly as it might, but essentially it still will flow out because that little bit of water won't have enough pressure or resistance to actually block the pipe. But it is something to just bring out that pipe is sitting with about an inch of water, and it's just a low point in the system. Now you could go through the efforts of fixing that section, and you could go through the efforts of doing some kind of repair, but that could turn into an extremely expensive repair for something that isn't entirely necessary or very much of a concern. Alright, so we're going to be pulling out of the cleanout that we accessed today. Just kind of orient you to where we're at. So here, we're here in the front right corner of the structure. You can see basically right there in that corner. We've got this pipe sticking up out of the ground. This is the main sewer line cleanout. Essentially the line exits the building at this point. We're just going to go ahead and get a photograph of this for the report. And with that, I'm going to be wrapping up the video portion of the examination for today. So once again, this is Victor Jimenez with Sewer Line Check Professionals. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.